Hello, Alyssa. So I'm going to give you feedback on your class with Bryce. You did a great job being enthusiastic. That is wonderful because students play off our energies. So your enthusiasm helped inspire him to answer more. You also did very well with your TPR. Not only did you do TPR to show him how things are done and use both instructional and educational TPR, but you also encouraged him to respond in kind, which is what makes TPR very, very good and helps that student comprehension. You also asked a lot of great rapport questions, asking him what he liked and if math was his favorite subject. And your energy was very, very nice. You had great energy. You also want to make sure, though, that when you're speaking to the student, that they are able to easily comprehend what you're saying. So, when you did the definition of country, you used a lot of words in the definition. And if the student cannot fully understand what we're saying and they are not able to relate to the material that we're telling them, this is called incidental language. Incidental language includes words that are not necessary and words that the student cannot understand, and we're not able to properly able to help them comprehend. So we want to avoid incidental language because too much incidental language can inhibit the student from learning. And we want them to be able to use the language that we're teaching. So on something such as country, you can actually ask the student if he knows what a country is. Then you can fill in the blanks in the places where he's not able to understand the term. And that way you can avoid incidental language and then just build off what the student currently knows. Now, I'm sure that he knows how to define country very easily in Chinese. So at this point, we're just facilitating him being able to relate the material that he knows into English. You also did very, very well at rewarding the student. The students really respond well to rewards, but you might want to make sure that your reward is visible because studies have shown that visible rewards really help student engagement and they help them remain focused on the lesson and want to do more. So keeping that reward visible allows the student to monitor their progress so that they can be inspired to learn and continue with the behaviors that we're looking for. In that case, you also want to encourage more full sentences. There were a couple of slides like 15 and 17 where he wasn't giving you full sentence answers. So you can simply say, use a full sentence, please. This helps promote more positive language and proper grammar. So that is something that we really want to encourage with students because parents really appreciate that we allow the students to use full sentences, proper grammar and pronunciation, which also means that you have to catch the different pronunciations. There were a few times that you did not correct his pronunciation. And it's great that you want to encourage him to speak and you don't want to perhaps hurt his feelings or discourage him from wanting to say things. But pronunciation is part of the process, and students really want to sound more like fluid language learners. So the more we help them with that pronunciation and those sentence structures and encouraging them, the better they become at conversation and the happier they'll be as they learn to speak English. So you're actually doing him a great favor by helping him with his pronunciation. And that will really help you also with that timing because you spoke quite a bit during the lesson, which meant that the more you speak, the less Bryce is able to speak. And we want Bryce speaking at least 70% of the time so that he can promote more language skills because the only way for him to increase with his language skills is to actually be able to use them. But you did do a great job allowing him to read and encouraging him to read. You gave him a lot of positive affirmations, which are great. Affirmations are necessary. And you told him what he did well. You told him he did a great job reading or a great job answering. Those specific affirmations are essential for student learning because studies have also shown that they encourage students to continue with those positive behaviors and they keep them more focused on class. And you are a lot of fun. So that was great. I love that you asked him extension questions because this also helps to promote his language skills. And you did great modeling. So he knew exactly where to look, what you were saying, and how you were doing those things. You used props during your lessons and you used them appropriately. And that also, those visuals and the visual medium helps the student to maintain focus and better comprehend what we're asking or saying. So I think you did a wonderful job in keeping that student focused and modeling and helping understand. So as we continue on your teaching, I think that you need to keep up with that enthusiasm, use that great TPR and encourage that movement. But just make sure that you avoid that incidental language, that you keep that student focused on um, what he's supposed to be saying correctly and how he's saying it, using those full sentence answers, and keep the visuals there so that he can monitor his progress and feel successful. And then continue with those wonderful affirmations and those extensions and that fun, and you will have fantastic classes as you continue. All right. Thank you, Alyssa, and I hope you have a great day.